from $200 to six figures. From $200 to six figures. And you wonder, how in the world can that ever happen? But guess what? It can happen. So I wanted to introduce two of my panel. And what we're going to do is go into why we're discussing what we're talking about tonight. Six figures, $200, Daniel, David, all of that. It's a relaxed Wednesday night, okay? So first we're going to get talking to Mr. David Wright. David Wright, I want to introduce David. I have met David just a couple of months ago. And when you meet certain individuals, because I'm sure it's happened to you as well, when you meet certain individuals, you got to know you're going to stay a while. You're going to stay a while. I don't know what the purpose is, but you're going to stay a while. And I got the pleasure of meeting Mr. David Wright at a seminar. Actually, we were discussing how to multiply our own money with our own cell phones. So I got the pleasure, and I know it's going to be years and years of continued. So I wanted to introduce this mogul that's going to be the panelist of our Forex discussion tonight. So David, introduce who you are, please, to everyone out there.
Hello, everyone. My name is David Wright. Let's see. I've been in finance since high school. I've been trading since high school, and just a little bit about me. I know it's like what's most important is the information. We're going to get to that information. Just so you know, I've been trading since high school. I got into it from my dad. My dad, dabbled in trading for a bit, and then passed the baton to me, and I've been fighting ever since.
Sorry.
I remember in high school, I made my first $3,000 trading, and I didn't know what I was doing, and I thought I did. I put like a blog out there. I was like, all right, I have this awesome strategy, like how to multiply my money, and I thought I had something. But as you learn with trading, you kind of learn new things, and your eyes open up to other ideas, and you also see the naivete of a lot of strategy. So that ended up not working out eventually, and so that kept me on my path. When I went to college, by that time, initially into college, I had just about given up with trading, and I was about to focus in on the medical field. And during my prerequisites, I had a economics class, and it just reignited everything. Supply, demand, the market. I was like, oh my gosh, I cannot stay away from this thing. It kept calling me back.
Got you hooked.
So I changed my major in Towson University to finance and economics, graduated, worked at State Farm for a little bit as insurance. I have my insurance license, life and health. After that, I moved on to TD Ameritrade. I became a broker there for a few years. And now I'm an independent broker doing mutual funds and life insurance through another agency. And I also do debt consolidation. And of course, I'm a trader. My passion is trading. So now I'm moving into this field where my focus is to help as many people become successful with trading as possible. Okay. And we are in a place in time where it's so easy to do it. Technology has allowed us to literally just have access to amazing information at the tip of our fingers instantly. Information that, since I was in the industry, I know how valuable it is. It costs tens of thousands of dollars. I used to work for a company that charged tens of thousands of dollars.
Don't give them too much. Don't give them too much, David.
Okay. I'm sorry.
Don't give them too much.
But bottom line, now we're here.
They're trying to still wrap their arms around what is a trader. So we're going to get into that. Okay, the money man. So you got to figure out. He's multiplying money. That's the biggest thing you got to know. We're going to dive into that way more.
Awesome.
Yeah, we want to pull out my checkbook, David. All right, so pleasure to have you. Your experience is going to help a lot of people tonight. And we've got about 45 minutes, 1 hour together, and it's going to be very beneficial by the end of this conversation, David, that people walk away from here thinking, this is simple enough that I can do it. Yeah. Okay? They can go from $200 to six figures, okay? Right. So we're going to do it. All right, so Daniel Bethea. Daniel Bethea, I've known just for a couple of years also. Again, when you meet folks, when you meet people, you understand they're going to stay for a while Could just be a season, or they're going to be a lifetime. And I know that he's going to be a lifetime friend. We do real estate adventures together. We do personal growth and self-development, and now the foreign exchange market is on the table. And actually, he introduced me to David. So please introduce Mr. Bethea, who you are, sir.
My name is Daniel Bethea. I am, wow, where do I I'm a motivational speaker. I am also a life coach, but I primarily right now do real estate investing as well as day trading. You know, I love just pouring my heart into people and my time and my energy to invest in them so they can start investing into themselves to become bigger, better, and build themselves a brighter future for tomorrow.
So you're the money man too. So you like numbers too.
Oh, you better believe it now.
All right.
I love them numbers. Come on now.
So it looks like the total census here is that we enjoy money.
Yes.
We enjoy freedom.
Yes.
We enjoy working with people.
Yes.
We enjoy seeing people do their best. Right?
I love people prosper.
So there's no selfish agenda here at all. I always like to have great, meaty conversations about how can we help someone get to the next level? How can we help someone grow? All right. So there's not always a price tag involved with how much is this going to cost me? What do I have to do? There's a lot of people. There's a lot of people out there that it's the first of the month, and they are scratching their head, figuring out how am I going to get certain things taken care of? How am I going to meet this bill? How am I going to take care of the landlord, the mortgage company? How am I just going to pay the cell phone bill? All right, let's keep it real. There was a moment years ago where I sat on the side of my bed and I wondered, how in the world am I going to go anywhere with $439 in my bank account, $47.60, and $1.01. When I said $439, I meant $4.39. So I humbled myself down. God humbled me enough down to say, I will break you down before I bless you. All right. So I have been broken down enough. And we're always going to go through that pattern to see if you deserve what you're going to get to the next level. You're fighting so hard to get to that next level. Some people are wanting to purchase a home. Some people want to start a business, go on vacation, do all of these wonderful things. But guess what they involve? Money. But the first thing has to be dedication and consistency to getting it done, right? So that's what we're going to talk about tonight is how do we go from $200 to six figures? So these gentlemen here and myself, what we're going to do is talk about it. And at the end, if there's some discussions on how we can make that happen for you, we will have that information so that you can get yourself to the next level. Okay? Yes, yes, and yes. So again, I welcome everybody out there in Facebook land. This is the very first time that we are doing the Zoom live stream. And you'll be able to go back to it anytime and just refer to it. Share it, share it, share it. Please bless someone else up and share it on their page as well. Guys, did you see it on your page as well?
I do.
I'll check it later.
You can share it. Yeah, just share it on your page as well. So it's streaming live on yours. But I want to get you all, first of all, into everyone out there. I wanted to get you into the mindset of dreaming, because we're all 21, 31, 51, 61. We're all over that age. And most of the time when we're children, 6 years old, we dream of having everything, right, guys?
Yeah.
We want everything. And we tell our parents we want it like multiple times. And we get to that point where we get to high school, we get to 21, and like the age of 25, dreams stop. So I want to put you all first into dream mode as to rewind back and figure out what were we doing years ago that got us into the point of what were we looking for when we had dreams of buying a home, paying off debt, vacation, tuition for adults and children, starting a business. What kind of things else when people are dreaming, guys? What do they want?
Man, I'm gonna tell you, like, I think back when I was a kid, the one dream that I had, I just wanted a television in my bedroom.
Television, see?
That's
A
it.
television.
I just wanted a television. I asked my dad if he would buy me a television. He told me no.
Did you get that TV now?
Oh, listen. I put on my entrepreneur hat. I asked my mom for $20 and I told her, listen, I'll give it back to you.
Yes,
I
time.
did it. I went out, I bought some candy, went to the school, sold the candy to the kids, took their school money that their parents and sent them for their lunch.
Bona fide entrepreneur already. Bona fide.
And I bought my TV after a couple of months.
All right. But you were dreaming that and you got it taken care of. All right.
Yeah.
So just to think about the goals that you have also of maybe contributing to a charity.
Right.
Healthcare. You know, sometimes you need money for that. If money was not an issue, what would you be doing? So these are the kind of things I first want everyone to think about. If money wasn't an issue, what in the world would you be doing? You wouldn't be busting your ass out there doing what you're doing now, I'm sure, 9 to 5. Nope. So if that was not an issue, let's talk about if money wasn't the issue. So we rewind back a little bit and we talk about saving money. David, what are some common ways that people save money?
Unfortunately, you know, the bank, if there is money at the end of the month to save, it's just sitting there in a bank, earning what? The average rate in the bank is 0.01%.
That's disgusting.
US. The rule of 72 states it'll take you 720 years for that dollar to double.
We don't have that kind of time. We do not have that kind of time.
Maybe technology will allow us to do the whole, you know, biological, eternal life thing.
Okay. So you got savings accounts, you've got inheritance. Those are some ways that people save money or acquire money, right?
Right.
Retirement.
Yeah, if you're a little bit more savvy, then, you know, you have a 401k, but more importantly, you actually take advantage of your 401k at work.
Exactly.
You know, and not only
savvy enough.
Yeah. And actually make sure that it's allocated properly so it's growing.
Right. Not everybody contributes to it.
Right.
CDs, those certificates of deposits they're such winners, aren't they, at the bank?
So great.
Yeah. Embarrassing. Once we finish with you guys on the line and you figure out how the banks are really ripping us off, you're going to be so mad. Like now you see why some of our grandparents put money in mattresses. Like I just want it not to go there. All right. So here's some of the common methods. I just want you to start thinking about where people typically save money. All right. And it all comes from how we were taught. I was taught a savings account was the highest level that I can go. I'm going to be honest with you. And not that my mother was trying to teach me anything wrong, but I think just with the level of education that she would acquire, I didn't get any insurance policies at a young age. And I did the retirement plan simply because my HR department told me about it. It wasn't a big deal. To my level of experience, that savings accounts was it. I didn't hear about stocks. I didn't hear about mutual funds until I got over 30. What are you all's experience with that?
That is almost the exact same for me. I started working for the National Security Agency, maybe after college or so. And I remember them talking to me about the life insurance policies, talking to me about, you know, saying stocks, bonds, mutual funds, and all this. All that stuff just went over my head. And I'm like, for real, I don't want to know anything about it.
Yeah.
Where's the default and let me sign?
Right. So it was just too much at the time. But if somebody had broke it down to you and let you understood the importance of it, you would have picked that up and said, oh, that's it.
Because it was information overload. It was
too much.
Information overload. Too much.
Okay. All right. So we didn't talk about, let me see. All right. So what are some methods that people use to make money? So let's take it a step further. We talked about how people save money. Let's talk about methods of how do people make money.
9 to 5, baby.
9 to 5, baby.
90%, man.
Okay.
That's where
You got your
90%
street
of
hustle.
everyone is. You know.
The quadrant. Let's talk
Yeah.
about that quadrant, all right?
Right.
Robert Kiyosaki had a book called Cash Flow Quadrant. Okay? And if you take a look, you make an X on the left side and the right side. We have to figure out which one we fall on. We're not going to go too deep into that, but 95% of Americans are in the employee box. So we don't know about how self-employment works, how investments works, and that's more so on the right side of the quadrant, right? So let's talk about some ways. How do you make some money? Job, part-time. What are some other means of how to make money legally, y'all?
Yeah, if you're self-employed, you know, you can, you know, be a hairstylist, you know,
Start a business. Start a business. Self-employment is still scary because you're still like an employee trading hours for dollars, but it's just a one-man or one-woman show.
Right.
And the thing is, if you stop working, you stop getting paid.
Right. And this right here, I want to make sure that those who are self-employed, you do not click off of this webinar. Do not, because this right here, for those that might be in barber, hairstylist, real estate professionals like myself, insurance sales, if your income is predicated upon Daniel saying yes to a policy, David saying yes to a policy, or, you know, Monique down the street saying, yes, I want to buy a home, or I don't want to get my hair done today, guess what? Money is not going in their pocket at all. So we got to have some means of how to make money when we're not working. All right. You see where we're going here, right? All right. So what are some other means? So you said start a business, David.
Right. A business is having a system work for you, you know, getting paid by a system, you know, then the other way is finally having money work for you. You know, as an employee, you're getting paid for the time that you're putting in. As a self-employed person, you're getting paid for the work that you put in.
Right.
The more work, the more money.
Exactly.
Employee, the more time, hopefully. But if you're on salary, good luck.
Right.
If you have a business, you have a system. You know, the more systems you have, whether it's a franchise like a McDonald's, the more business systems you have, or if you own a vending machine system, a bunch of systems in the marketplace, the more money. You have a system.
All right, so it's systems. All right. So if you don't work, you're the only asset. Your ass is not getting paid. Plain and simple. You know, I like to keep it as real as possible. All right. So some other means, you've got some network marketing that could be an idea. I've worked in network marketing for years, and it's been a huge addition to income and personal development. So that is still self-employment. True. Okay. What else we got out there? Mutual funds, like David had mentioned.
Yeah, and that's the fourth category. That's where money is actually working for you. You know, it's not working as well as what we're going to show you, but it is working for you nonetheless. Okay. I like to think of mutual funds and the stock market and all that, you know, traditional investing as like it should be the new normal. Like there's an app called Stash where basically anyone can have access to investing into mutual funds. That's everyone's bank account now.
Stash your cash.
Yeah.
Okay. Make sure we park that, and so we can get back to that too.
Okay. Sorry.
All right. Real estate, right? Daniel is an investor. I work a lot with real estate investors like Daniel, buying properties low, rehabbing them, and then putting back on the market for a profit. So for things like that, or even your day-to-day homeowners who buy low and then sell it, hopefully with a profit, that is a way to make and earn funds as well. All right. Gambling. We're not going to talk too much about gambling, but hey, it's a way to make money. Do what you got to do with the money. Somebody's got to do it. And the last thing is the Forex markets, the foreign exchange market. That is a way to make money. Okay. So out of everything that we talked about here, job requires what? Time. Gambling requires time and potentially time in the pen. Real estate requires time A lot of time, especially if it's going to be a rental property. It requires time that has to mature for you to get that money. It's same thing with mutual funds and investments. But Forex, the foreign exchange market, does that require time?
Are you asking me or telling me?
I'm asking you.
Is this a rhetorical question?
I'm asking. Does that take time?
Well, it depends on your approach. You know, for me, it took over 10 years to finally get to a point where, you know, I'm consistently profitable, but it doesn't have to take that long.
Right.
You know, it doesn't have to.
Right.
Now we're in a day and age where you could link up your account to someone who is profitable.
Right.
While you learn. I don't want to spoil the surprise, but
okay. See, we're getting somewhere, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah. All right. So I'm seeing you tuning in. Facebook, I love you guys. If you have any questions, make sure that you put it in there because I see you. So I do see you. So I want to make sure that if you have any questions for the gentleman as we're moving along, please make sure that you drop it in there. And I want to give us huge shout out to Miss Crystal Clark, Mr. Will Johnson, Steve DaCosta, Justin Owens, who was on the line watching. And there's more. I know there's more. Gina Robinson, I see you. All right. So we're talking about things that require not that much time tonight that can go from $200 to six figures. All right. We're not talking about doing this in a matter of 30 days. That's not going to work. All right. You go somewhere else for that kind of work. But we're going to talk about a gradual way that can help you get that transition. So, David.
Yes, ma'am.
For the individual, since you've had the most experience with the foreign exchange market, can you please break down in bite-sized pieces what is foreign exchange?
So the foreign exchange market, first and foremost, it's the heart and soul of all other markets, to say the least. I mean, I hate to be so dramatic about it, but it is the largest market that you can buy and sell in the world.
Anyone?
What it is, huh?
Anyone?
That anyone can buy and sell in around the world at any time. What it is exactly is it's the buying of, this may sound a little weird to some of you who've never heard of this before, but it is essentially the buying and selling of currencies, US dollars, euros, Canadian dollars, Swiss francs, Japanese yens. All of these currencies represent the heart and soul and the health of countries around the world.
Okay.
So when a country is doing really well, if a country invents something that everyone else wants, all the other countries around will want that currency, and that currency will go up.
Got it.
So you can buy the currency when it's low in value, and it goes up, and then you sell it when it's high. Just like real estate, just like any other investment.
Got it. Thank you for the relationship. All right. It's always a buy and sell, right?
Yeah.
I was in the airport earlier today, coming back from Atlanta. Certain things you just pay attention to, certain things you don't. But because since August of last year that I've been introduced to the foreign exchange market, I paid attention now to the currency exchange kiosk. And I never really paid attention to it before. So I looked at it and I just wanted to compare. All right, I saw US dollar, which I know is $1. And if you ever go overseas or if you ever go to a different country and have to exchange your dollars for their currency, you've participated in the foreign exchange market. Pesos, US dollar, euro, the yen, if you've gone over to China, all right? Japanese.
Japan.
All right? That way. So when you start taking a look at all of the it's not just one currency. So I looked at it and I said, all right, how much is it was the euro? And it was like 60 cents, 60.60. Okay. So the ratio for a dollar to the euro was 0.60 to the US dollar, right? David, does that sound about right?
Yep.
That was today's. I'm sure it fluctuates every second. All right.
Mm-hmm.
So I said, all right. So if I exchange it for that, I see that I will be paying 0.60 for the exchange rate. She says, when you come back and exchange it back to the US dollars, we'll give you 0.90. You see that increase? How do you go from 0.60, what I bought it for, and now they're only going to give me 0.90 when I come back? So it's a difference in charge. So where does that fee go for that rate of exchange, David?
Dude, thanks, man.
Is that all over the world money?
Yes.
All right. So you guys can see that each individual like you and me can participate in the foreign exchange market for that difference of pairs. Let's just say the difference in a pair of US dollar and let's say the euro. There's a difference involved, as if you are buying a house. You buy it low, you sell it high. There's a difference of equity in between there. That equity is what we all participate in. Plain English, right? That plain amount of equity is called the foreign exchange market, and that is what many of us can participate in. And when I saw that, I was like, now I see how the banks participate. So I said earlier, you're going to get mad when we talk about the banks, how they just love your deposits. They love creating deposit slips. You know why? Because they're taking that money and depositing it all over the world. So just imagine when you open up your bank account and they say, thank you, Miss Woodruff. Would you like to open up a savings account? Hell no, no more, no more. Yeah, they want your money because they also participate in the foreign exchange market. How do you think they get money for loans? How do you think they make money for salaries? And, how do they grow as a business? It's a business. They participate in the foreign exchange market. So we're bringing Wall Street down to Main Street, everyone, so everyone can participate in this right now. Right now, we can do this. Yep. Again, I wanted to give another shout out to those that I didn't mention before. Miss Shamilla, gorgeous. I see you. I see you. I see you. Everyone has Tiandra, Rodney, Bill. Hey, 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 everybody. Shamilla. Yeah, we need to talk tomorrow. All right, so let me get with you guys. So if you guys have any questions, just make sure you chime on in. All right, so everyone benefits from Forex if they want to.
Right.
If they want to. All right.
Sometimes it's not even if they want to. Sometimes they have to.
Yeah. Have to. They're gangsters. They're gangsters. They're taking our money.
Right.
All right. So if they can do it, we can do it as well.
Exactly.
In a fashionable way with our own cell phone. Okay. Again, I want you all to think about this since we're talking about banks. And this is for everyone out there. If you went back 5 to 10 years, I don't care which account you're talking about. And I'm talking about a checking account, your credit union, your bank. If you went back 5 to 10 years and you think about how much money has been deposited into your account, think about most of the money that goes in there is your what? It's your salary, right, guys? Your direct deposits, grandma giving you money, mom giving you money, gamblers giving you money. I don't know. How much money have you actually kept? How much of that have you actually been able to keep in the last 5 to 10 years? Think about your salary and multiply it times 5.
I don't want to do that.
Do that, right? Let's just take down a $50,000 salary. Multiply it times 5. How much of that have you kept? Hurts, doesn't it? I want it to hurt. I want it to hurt real bad. Because by the time we finish, see that? How much have you kept? Yeah. Not a lot, Daniel?
Not a lot, no.
A little bit, David?
David
has kept it, I know. Because he's got the answer.
Talking back in the day, back in the day, man.
So what if you
Crazy.
had a skill, guys, ladies and gentlemen, if you had a skill that could teach you how to keep that money, multiply that money, would you want to know about it? And that's what the gentlemen are going to be here today, really discussing more and more as we go deep. It's now 9:42. We're about to go fast. We're about to go fast into it. All right. So in August, I partnered with a company called IML, International Markets Live. And when you want to center yourself with the best, you've got to center yourself with the best, and you will find it. You know, when you're seeking the right opportunities, it will find you. All right. When the student appears, the teacher shows up, right? Turn it around. When the student shows up, the teacher will appear. And that's what a lot of things happen when you have opportunities that bless your life. So when we actually all of us are partnered with International Markets Live, and it's an educational platform that shows you average individuals like you and I how to do exactly what we're talking about today, how to multiply our money and not have that issue of, well, what happened to all my money over the last couple of years? What if you could learn a skill today, not to take you over the top, and no, you're not by Friday, you're going to have 6 figures in the bank. But if you had a skill that would take you from $200 to 6 figures in a matter of 1 year, 2 years, would you do it?
Right.
David, you ready?
Oh, yeah.
You ready for this?
Mm-hmm.
I want you to think about, David, I want you to let people know, because you've gone through extensive training with foreign exchange, right?
Mm-hmm.
When you think about the cost of those kind of classes and tutorials and 3 o'clock in the morning specials that tell you what they can do, share, please, what kind of price tag is offered and what kind of things are out there for that kind of education?
Yeah, I mean, if you Google education for trading, one of the big names out there, they're a really great company, really great company. I took a couple classes from them. They're called Online Trading Academy,
Mm-hmm.
and they have branches all over the country. They're a franchise, right? Roots are based like 20 years ago. You know, they were teaching traders how to be better traders on the stock exchange, you know, which is great. They have great history. But if you go in there, it's a hard sale. You're going to sit there. They're going to get you all riled up like, oh, we're going to show you how to make a lot of money and quit your day job, you know?
Right.
And then they take you into a little room.
Yep.
And then you sit there and they're like, so you ready to make millions? I'm like, uh-huh.
I'm so ready to make millions. Come on.
And they show, okay, well, here's our classes. They start at $15,000 if you want to do that. And then if you want the core strategy, this is an extra $20,000. And then if you want the extra Forex strategies, that's an extra $7,000. So altogether, we're looking at $35,000 here to get started. Now we have in-house financing, so that if you'd like to just pay us over time, we can do that.
That's what I want.
And of course, as you do trades, those trades commissions will pay down. Well, I'm thinking like, dude.
Oh, and you got to keep a straight face. Oh, some have it, but some pay it.
No.
Yeah.
You know why? Because they see the value in it.
Exactly.
But then that doesn't even include they have to put money in their broker accounts to start trading.
Bingo.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So you could spend, and Daniel and
easily
I actually
tens of thousands of dollars, easy.
All right. So actually, this footprint has typically been thought to be for the society that has at least 6 figures already.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, already in the bank. So it has been, this is only for the wealthy. I can't do it. I don't have enough money to participate in something like that. So just like Daniel, years ago when he was in school, it felt too much. He just didn't even bother with it.
Right.
So that is not what we're going to do here. You don't have to overwhelm the situation. So, and Daniel and I think over the summertime went to a course, and they were expressing everything about foreign exchange. And that course was what, $7,500?
I believe so. That was the base. No, yeah, that was the base price.
Right.
$7,500, and then it went up from there.
That's when I got up out of my chair from there.
Yeah.
Because I was already involved with International Markets Live. So, I was like, I don't need two things going on at one time. And I surely as hell didn't pay anything close to that. Right. So when we think about that, yes, there are a lot of things. And I'm not saying if you ever paid $5,000, $10,000, or even $30,000 for education, if you're reaping the benefits from it, fine. We're not knocking that, because your education, your diploma on the wall means everything to you. But what I'm trying to tell you is that you don't have to pay for that for the conversation that we're having today. For the education of learning a skill that could multiply hundreds of dollars, even just $10, all right? That right there is the $200 investment for the education. That's it. That's it. And we have over 35,000 students nationwide, worldwide, that participate in this platform of learning. That's it. So I'm going to just say, as a real estate agent, I'm not selling houses every single day. It just doesn't happen. Things happen where someone doesn't want to buy, someone doesn't just want to get their loan approved. Various things can happen where I just have to have a backup, where money has to be flowing in every single day.
Right.
So when I found International Markets Live, it was an awesome, awesome addition to my life. Not just because I love to teach and I love to learn, but it was necessary for me to keep money flowing and think about all the things that we were dreaming about and get done. So Daniel, your experience in the market, how has it been since you have been a student with International Markets Live?
Man, it has been simply amazing. I started out maybe about a couple of years ago, looking at about 3 years ago, dibbling and dabbling in it, not really understanding the core essence of how to trade properly within the market.
Right.
Got involved with IML around about the September timeframe. And I lie to you not, it has revolutionized everything. My finances, the whole 9 yards.
Right.
I have learned what to do when it comes down to placing proper trades in the market. And listen, my first trade with the education behind my back, $618.40.
He remembers the cents.
8 minutes.
8 minutes.
You can't even boil an egg in 8
minutes before you went to work.
Before I went to work. And then later on, maybe about a week later, I'm sitting at my dinner table on a conference call with coworkers that I really didn't care for. And I'm sitting there.
I hope they're not paying attention tonight.
Well, if they are, so big. But I made $700 sitting at a table.
Ignoring them. So you too can ignore people and still make money. All right? David, what has your experience been with the education platform?
I think it's brilliant. Because there's so much education out there. I went through it just to see like the style of it, and they categorize it very, very nicely, very organized video format, which is awesome. Because honestly, when I was a broker, learning how to be a broker and everything, huge book like this thick, Series 7.
Read it.
Series 6. Like just reading, really boring. Had to drink like 5 cups of coffee. But this is like all videos that you can watch at your own time, at your own speed. And each video builds upon itself. So you know what to learn and what everything means. It's, it's like anything in life. It's like learning how to play an instrument. You have to learn the basics. But basics are so clear. I love it. Yeah. And as far as the tools, I was telling Daniel, the tools that I've been having access to has enhanced my trading, allowed me to be an even better day trader.
Right.
I primarily traded the news before IML, but now I'm starting to scalp a lot better than what I was doing before. It's just a significant, awesome addition to my platform.
And scalping doesn't mean he's taking hair off. So we'll talk about that in a second on what scalping is.
Oh gosh.
All right. So anything that we have to do, whether it's real estate, insurance, hairstyling, nursing, what does the core thing that has to happen is learn what?
You gotta learn. You gotta have the education.
You gotta learn a skill, no matter what. So before you start your work day or career, there had to be something in place to do that. So as we rewind back and talk about, remember those goals you said you wanted to have. We're still in January, and it feels like it's the first of the month or year was like a long time ago. Remember you said you wanted to do X, okay? You wanted to buy the house. You wanted to be debt-free. You wanted to raise your credit score. You wanted to contribute to charities. How the hell are you going to do that if the banks are taking money and you're only making just enough to get by? How are you going to get more without getting an extra job? And that's how we're wrapping things up tonight as far as talking about you can participate in the International Markets Live market with as little as $200. With as little as $200. And we'll show you a compounded statement in a minute to show you how that money compounds greatly. So next year you could be looking at a 6-figure bank statement.
That's going to be the end of the year for me.
And that'll be the end of that.
Let you know that.
Yeah, so when we talk about the tuition, when you went to school, what did you get from that? You know, other than bills that you're still paying right now. So we're talking about a $200 enrollment. That is what the enrollment is. And the tuition is $145 per month.
Right.
Probably couldn't get that in school, David, with all the degrees that you have for less than $1,800 for the year. Could you? Okay. Plus, there's a way to get that tuition waived for free, but we're not going to go too deep into that. Man. So there's a way to get the tuition taken care of where you don't pay that.
Yep.
Okay. So there's different sides of it. This conversation really had to do with how are we going to get these dreams together and how we're going to pull all this together. David, should we show them this interest statement?
Yep. Absolutely. Yep.
If I can share my screen and still keep you guys on the line, this would be fantastic. Can you see my screen?
It hasn't popped up as of yet, but it started. All right, now we're seeing it.
Okay.
Okay, yep, got it.
All right, so ladies and gentlemen, so take us from here, David, what this looks like when you are computing some information for us. How can someone's tomorrow look better than it does today? Right.
So, so when we're talking about investing and growth, and when you hear something like the Dow Jones or the S&P stock market was up 20% this year, that's a growth of 20% of your investment. So if you have $100 and you make 20% on that, you're making an extra $20, right? That's 20%.
Right.
So the objective with trading in comparison to investing in the regular stock market is to compress the time that it takes to get that 20%. Instead of it taking a year, we're looking to compress that down to a monthly basis.
All right.
So now we're hitting our goals significantly faster.
Okay. This is where it gets good.
This is the game changer. And trading is it's the future. It's everything that, people need who are who don't have much to work with.
Right.
Investing in the stock market is designed for individuals who have a lot of money, where, they only need 10% a year. But if you only have $200 in your savings account, you need 20% a month to get to where you need to go. Okay. So the strategy that we're running right now in my group. I'll show you a quick screenshot. I don't know if you can see me, but this is one of my students' accounts. You can see these profits here, right? And they added up.
But
I'm sorry.
That's okay, but you could, yes, I see it.
Okay. They added up to about $28 today.
Okay.
And this student here has a balance of, I don't know if you can see that. That's 950 now.
Okay.
But before that trade, his account was $28 less than that, right?
Okay.
So what that represents in one day, the type of return, $28. So 950 minus 28. So he originally had 922.
Got it.
Right? He made an extra 28 today.
Right.
So 28 divided by 922. That was a return of 3%
right.
in one day.
Uh-huh.
So we're targeting about 1.5% on a daily basis on average.
1.5%.
1.5%, because there are going to be some good days like this, and then there are going to be some bad days, but mostly good days, because we have a system, we have a strategy, we back tested it.
Right, and everything is up and down, so nothing is guaranteed 100% profit. So what we're talking about is profits are not guaranteed.
Right, right. Past performance does not guarantee future results. You see that everywhere.
Yes.
But we're working with what we have. We're working with what we know, what we see. So if we compound a 1.5% return on a daily basis.
So this calculator here has the ability to show you, what's this?
Yes. Right. So if you start with just $200, Lorie.
Let's keep it very simple. We know you have more than $200, Facebook, but we're going to keep it simple for this purpose. Okay.
And we're not going to contribute anything. Now, in real life, obviously, when you see it growing, you're going to contribute more.
Right.
But let's just say you're just like, okay, I'm just going to work with my $200 and that's it.
Okay.
And so just leave contribution at zero. The interest rate that we're going to be getting.
Well, the length of time.
Sorry, the length of time. The length of time is going to be, let's say 2 years. Okay.
Okay.
So 2 years. But with this calculator, this is in terms of years. So what we have to do is we have to look at years as units of time, which is just increments. So we have to put it, we're going to have to put, this may sound weird, but we have to put 480 in that field.
Got it.
There are 480 trading days in 2 years.
Right. Okay.
Okay. So we're compounding on a daily basis. On this calculator, even though it says years, just kind of transfer in your mind. Think of it as
5 days a week. Right.
Right.
Times 4 weeks. Times 12.
Right.
240 period times 2 is 2 years. Just
right.
So you get that. Okay.
Right. So this is a 2-year period, a 2-year stretch where you're taking
2 years. We got 2 years, ladies and gentlemen. That's it. We're not talking retirement. We're not talking, we're not talking tomorrow neither. Let's be fair, just to do 2 years. Okay.
Right.
Interest rates.
Interest rate, we're going to do the average interest rate that we've been getting, which is 1.5%.
Very conservative. All right.
On a daily basis.
Got it.
But the magic thing that we're doing is we're compounding that. So after we make that $28 right there, now we're going to have a bigger account to work with, and we're going to compound that
every day.
1.5% on that. So that's the beauty of interest and growth. So let's see what $200 gets us in 2 years.
All right. So to recap this, we have a $200 initial investment. And this is also a way passively, ladies and gentlemen, that you can participate in the foreign exchange market. And this is more of a hands-off, let the brokers mirror their own account and you reap the benefits of their trading. You don't have to trade, you're at work. You don't have to trade, you're sleeping. You don't have to trade, you're on vacation. Let the brokers do what they do. They're master traders with this. So even if you just did $200 investment, this is annualized over 2 years at a daily rate of 1.5, which, David, you show that gentleman had 3%. I've seen 3% daily, but 1.5% is conservative. All right, we're going to compound it annually.
Yep.
All right, let's calculate this puppy. Bruce, I see you keep going. You see that number, everyone?
Wow.
See my screen?
That's beautiful.
There it is.
In 2 years, if you didn't put anything else in there, you would see at least $253,000. And I don't know about you, but any of my buyers out there, first-time home buyers, investors that are out there, what if you had this amount as your deposit? What if you had this ability to do this for your second home, your investment property? Now we're talking about the goals you said you wanted to have. Remember, you said you wanted to pay off your debt.
Yep.
What would you do with this, David? What do you see in this?
I'm putting it back in there, baby. I've got big dreams. My dreams are
Put it
big.
back in there. So just imagine this right now is the first quarter. Individuals are putting in their tax returns, and they're getting returns back. The average return is probably about $3,000 that I've been seeing for clients, right? Let's go back in here and change the numbers. Let's just say.
No, Lorie, you're not going to do what I think you're going to do.
Just because people have more than $200. We did that conservative. That was cute. Let's put in $1,000.
We talking about tax return here. Put in 150. Put in 150.
Oh, you want lower?
No, you said two. You said one.
I just said $1,000 because Christmas came. Look, Christmas came for a lot of people, and somehow Christmas came like that. All right, Christmas cash came like that. If you had the ability to get $1,000, I want you to see this because I want you to get irritated and pissed. In the next 2 years, without you adding.
Can you do 1 year, Lorie, just to kind of compress the time frame so it's not? Because I know it's going to be a crazy number.
That will be a crazy number.
But this is 1 year, which is a nice short time.
1 year after $1,000. Bam. I give you guys what you want.
Oh, I'm sorry. That's less. See, time is a huge factor here.
Time is a huge factor. But $35,000?
Yeah.
Think about the savings account. So, David, if someone were to put $1,000 in their bank account today, it's the first of the month, what happens to that in 5 days and then in the next 30 days?
Oh my gosh. Well, if you have a certain type of account, they'll charge you a fee for not having enough in there. So.
Thank you. True that. So it's not.
So that you get that, and then at the end of every month, usually you get a tiny little, like maybe 5 cents in there.
Mm-hmm. But they charge you, don't they?
Yeah.
They charge you maybe $7 or $5 as a maintenance fee for your money.
Yeah.
So $1,000 may be $1,000 next week, right?
Absolutely.
But by March 1st, it's $9.95. It's $9.95.
Don't let it be overdrawn, because then you're in the negative.
Right, then you owe them more money. But I'm just saying, if this was just a simple savings account, by the end of the year, you would have lost
money
at least $60.
Oh, yeah.
Okay? So what we're trying to show you is how can you multiply something daily. In this factor, let's just say $200, 2% daily is what, 4?
Yep.
That you would be accruing in an account with foreign exchange, conservatively. David?
You said 4 or poor?
$200. If you were using 2% as the daily percentage that someone might be getting.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
That's a $4-ish.
It's the 4. Oh,
daily.
Right. On a daily basis. Right.
Daily basis. Yeah, I'm sorry.
Okay. I'm sorry. I missed the time frame there. Yep. So, 2% of $200 times 0.2. That's $4 a day. You know, which isn't much, but that's $4 you didn't have before.
Right. But daily, think about that. So if you just looked at $4 times 5 days a week, that's $20 by the end of the week.
Right.
If you looked at the end of the month, you're $80 up.
Mm.
Okay, where that other raggedy savings account was taking money out, you were $995.
Mm.
Right.
This one, you're $1,000.
Right.
You're up $80.
Right.
So all we're trying to let you see, and I'm going to keep this up on the screen just for a second because I want you to feel it. I want you to feel that you are able to take $200 investment, learn the skill so that you can get onto the 6 figures that you said you wanted. What if you could pay for the house? You don't even need me to suggest the loan company to you.
Right.
You don't need that. Think about that. You just say, I'm paying cash. That's how the others do. And I'm saying the wealthy do it. So to have those kind of conversations, that's why we really wanted to introduce from $200 to 6 figures, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's possible.
Mm-hmm.
Daniel, you gave a testimonial of great monies that you made at work, ignoring people on the job, and you also made something before work. David, do you have any other of your stories that had some great testimonials of growth and negative? I mean, give the positive and the negative, put it that way. Because I don't want to just paint the picture that every day is, woo, everything is positive. I want both sides.
Yeah, absolutely. This was back in August. Yeah, this was near the middle of July and into August. I had one of my students turn a $1,000 account into a little over $9,000, which is essentially just a little over a month that he did this in. We were trading the news, every time the news came out, and we were kicking butt, and he did it, and I was so happy for him.
Say that again. How much did he start with?
1,000.
Okay. And
so that's a 900% return in a month or so. A little over.
That's good.
Yeah.
Okay.
So but what we've learned, here's the ugly.
Yes.
The ugly is that in the month of September, there was a news event that wiped it all out. Mm-hmm. Okay. So from that trading strategy, we learned how to then avoid those types of news events and those types of situations where that happens. That's really what trading is about. It's all about adapting, learning how to do the right thing at the right time. And but in that same news event, I made over 50, like it was around 12,500 one day.
You got you
Wow,
up,
crazy.
You got you down.
Yeah.
It's back and forth. So we say all that to tell you that it's not 100% every day, but at the same time, when you are having at least a 70 to 80% upside profit, that is the whole reason why we're sharing. You can do this. You can do this. I mean, it's a risk having children. It's a risk getting in a relationship. There's so much risk out there that we could be getting involved with, but remembering the dreams of what you said that you wanted to get done. There are so many things that definitely can help that on a daily basis. So we wanted to at least bring 2 qualified gentlemen on the line to wrap up and talk about what is the foreign exchange market, how can simple individuals like you and I participate with it, and then of course, how do you get more information on starting it for yourself? Because it all starts with training, and none of those guys and ladies who are participating in that did it without the education. Trust me. And if you go into it thinking, I'm going to do this and I'm not going to get any education, I'm going to just wing it, don't talk to me. Don't talk to Daniel. And please don't talk to David about it, because it just won't work.
Nope.
All right. It all starts with the education platform first, and with the platform that we are all connected to, International Markets Live. As I said, we can get you more information on being a student with that, and you can do the trades manually. Okay. There are ways the company can send you signals, and they can traders. Okay. I'm not a master trader, but I learn a little bit more about support and a resistance and what a pip is, and it's not part of Gladys Knight and the pips. It's good. It's good conversation now. But there are ways that you can get trades information from master traders by way of signal, like a text message. If you can copy and paste, your kids can do it. You can copy the paste the trade information into your brokerage account, going about your business and watch the trade move. All right. And you can profit from there. What David was referring to was more of the hands-off mirror trading that also you can be appreciative of, is because you are busy. Individuals like ourselves, we are busy and we don't have time to stop and learn the charts. You know, David has and Daniel both have had success with doing that full time, but you and I just want to have the bank account, which you see on the screen, right? So more of those automatic trades, you can also participate in the foreign exchange market by just depositing as little as what, $10? David, have you seen?
Some brokers have just a $10 minimum deposit, which is crazy.
Right.
Amazing.
So you don't think you have to have a lot of money. So think about the monies that has gone out on a Saturday night just by accident, and think about taking a chance on yourself more, and think about, if I were to put that in the account after 2 years, what you see on the screen, that's just with 1 year, $1,000.
Right.
You put your amount in there. We have folks that have 401k statements that you could definitely see huge increases of if you were to shift the money the right way.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I'm excited. I'm ready to trade tonight. I'm ready to do some trading.
Yeah, baby.
And we didn't even talk about cryptocurrency and all of that, because that's just a whole nother conversation. But we have the ability to trade cryptocurrency as well. So whether it's up or it's down, you take the benefit.
Right. Buy low and sell high. Sell high and buy low.
That's all it is to it.
Yes, you can relate to that. So for more information for those that want to get more information, because I know David, you have contact information. Daniel, you have contact information. We got to make sure that we put it in the thread, because everyone wants to talk to someone different. If you want to get in touch with me, of course, it's my feed. You can inbox me to get more information. We can talk about more information. But David, please let everyone know how they can get in touch with you.
Yep. So you can email me, davidw.jwi. It stands for Johnson Wright Investments. Yes. At gmail.com. davidw.jwi@gmail.com. Just send me an email. And I'm an introducing broker. So what I do is I help people get connected to education like IML, and I also help people become successful with that education. It's in my best interest to do so.
Right.
So I help people get hooked up with the automated signals, trading,
Yes.
like that, all that good stuff.
Yes.
So that you're doing what you need to do. So
yes.
You can talk to me, you can email me, or you can text me, call me, 443-322-6320.
You guys, he gave you his cell phone number. That's not a Google number neither. 443-322-6320 is the best way they can contact you, in addition to the email address at, one more time, David?
David W.
Yes.
.jwi.
Yes.
@gmail.com.
Perfect. That's the reason why I love having perfection on the line, because I couldn't have done that. Daniel, thank you. I'm so glad you introduced us. Thank you so much.
I told you before, I'm all about the growth. I'm all about helping people. I want to make sure that folk can achieve the dreams and the goals that they have set for themselves. Mm-hmm. And there's no other way to do it but without but with a team. So many people go out here and try to do things on their own and they get stuck.
Right.
And their pride get in the way to the point that they don't want to ask for help. No,
Just gotta be patient.
I'm all about, helping people out to achieve their dreams. And if I can just help one individual,
Thank you, Paul.
my job is done.
Okay. And David, will you break it down for them in bite-sized pieces when they call you?
Right. So I'd say, if you call me or when you call me, just we'll get to know each other a little bit, understand what your objectives are, what you're looking to do. I want to work with the right people. I'm looking for specific people to work with,
Thank you.
Right now, there's a team of about 52 of us in my group,
Mm-hmm.
all doing the same signals, growing at the same pace, same strategy, but at the same time, we're all learning our own way of trading.
Yes, very important.
That's important.
Right.
Like
you
it's
can make
like
more money.
Yeah, you can learn how to make more money, and we share ideas.
Right.
Right. So, so you also have your own strategy that you continue to refine, because it's like having a recipe. You want to have your own kind of like special kick to your own dish. So, but at the same time, you want to have the tried and true cheeseburger that's gonna pay the rent at the end of the month.
Thank you. And I'm glad you said that, because so many people, have different needs. So you have some people that are just saying, hey, I want you to do everything. Or you've got, because that passive income is okay. But if you could learn the skill yourself, you could be making a lot of money. All right. That's why you have day traders quitting their jobs, and they probably have exceeded their salary in a month or two because they learned the skill of what to do. Right. I had the benefit, Daniel and I had gone to a 4-hour seminar. 4-hour seminar with a gentleman by the name of Dr. Raphael Spiller from the Texas area, and he was in Atlanta. So I'm in Maryland. Daniel's in Maryland. We hopped on a plane, went down there for just a 4-hour course. Why? Because we want to perfect the bank account. We want to perfect the future. And you have to get outside of your area at times in order to be able to get exposed to these opportunities. Right. And David, I know you weren't there, but I know you're going to get the information.
I do.
Oh my goodness.
Boy, let me tell you, look, get ready to be fed, sir. That's
all.
Daniel, talk a little bit briefly, because we want to wrap up in about 5 minutes, but talk briefly about how that 4 or 5 hours treated you.
Man, oh my gosh. Honestly, it was completely mind-blowing. The different techniques and the skills in which Dr. Spiller shared with us. There is a 93% accuracy rate on the trades in which he do.
Hello.
A 93% accuracy rate.
Right.
Just based off of the indicators that he uses along with the harmonic scanner.
How long did it take you to learn that skill last night?
4 hours.
4 hours. All right. So in 4 hours, you learned a brand new skill.
Yes.
That took you from, it looked like garbage on the screen.
Oh, it was like crayons.
It looked like a 4-year-old just drew all over it. But when he dissected it for us, it made sense. It made dollars. And that's the kind of information that we get exposed to in our group. He's part of International Markets Live as well.
Yeah.
And he was pouring into us strategies to help us win. You can't get this kind of information on your job. And you can't get it always in your backyard from your best friends. You've got to stretch yourself and know these kind of resources are out here. And gentlemen like David, use the information that he told you tonight to think about it when you go to sleep tonight, and think, what are we doing with our money? How can we multiply this money without getting another job? No, that's not enough. If you knew that, if we took that even off the table and you saw what they talked about last night, let me get a little bit more information, you'd be talking to David or Daniel tomorrow, or myself. Daniel, I need your contact information as well.
Listen, you can get in contact with me as well. I'm just going to go ahead and give you my cell phone number as well as...
Another cell phone? You guys are good.
Listen, like I told you before, I believe in growth. I believe in people, you know what I mean? So therefore, let's get it, okay? Let's get up out of this muck and this
Go
rut.
for it.
We are going to win this year. 2018 is our year. So therefore, this is my number, 240
Yes.
467 8806. I will say it again, 240 467 8806.
How about your email address?
Email address, simple as it can be, dbethea@hotmail.com. My first initial, my last name @hotmail.com. Let's get it.
Ladies, David is married, so do not call him with some bullshit. Okay?
Mm-mm.
Daniel is focused. Don't call him with any bullshit.
Don't do it.
Gentlemen, do not call me because I don't want any bullshit. All right? We're going to make sure that we post all of the contact information to get more information on the presentation itself, which wraps up how Forex works. And if you wanted to get more information on, hey, I wanted to get more information on that and make more residual income too, that's an option, not required. Please go to imlpresentation.com. imlpresentation.com, and we'll make sure that we put all of that info in the thread. We're feeding you on a Wednesday. Hump Day is all about you. So I appreciate everyone. David, thank you so much. We got to have you back on to talk more about the trading. I think next week, if you're able, you can come back and have part 2 so we can talk more about the trading part to see, because I know you get really excited about that. And I know you have some new techniques.
Indeed. I'd love to.
Come back next Wednesday?
Absolutely.
Okay. So we'll come back. And Daniel, thank you so much again for your patience and your expertise. And everyone out there in Facebook, we're available to you. We just wanted to make sure that we got you this information to show you how you can take $200 to take you to 6 figures. How long you do that is when you get started and you actually say yes to yourself. So thank you so much for everyone for tuning in, and we will see you next Wednesday. And make sure you tune in tomorrow also for Unleashed Live. We will continue the topic. Guess what we're talking about? Multiplying money. So it continues.
Yes, the saga.
Yeah, we're going to talk about, on Thursdays, we let our hair down a little bit more. We talk more about relationships and money and credit. So we'll kind of spill it all in together. So tomorrow's going to be good about multiplying your money tomorrow too. All right, guys. So I thank you so much for tuning in, and we will see you later.
All right.
Thank
you
you
guys soon.
Hold on.